1, 2, 3. Yep, it's Punchline's 123rd episode today, live from the South Point Casino here in Las Vegas. Still don't have the contact lenses. Costco, please call me. I really want my contact lenses. I'm Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian and lifelong sports fan. And today's show will give you just as much love as Caitlin Clark and LSU players gave each other, minus the Mulkey headlock, of course. So here's after the game in the... Hey, you son of a... You beat me. Apparently, what did she say to her? She said, we can't cover you. What did she say?
She said, thank God you're leaving.
Thank God you're leaving. Yeah. Right, yeah. But, I mean, if Kim Mulkey hasn't gotten enough trash over the last week with these articles from the Washington Post and then whatever was at the LA Times, hey, let's put the most famous basketball player on the planet in a violent, headlock. It looked like...
Yeah, I mean, he could have been a little more gentle.
Could have been a little more gentle, or maybe grabbed her by the face and said, I love you so good. And talk Italian like this. Would you please graduate? Yeah. Anyway, Kim Mulkey, I mean, I'm glad to see her gone. I mean, she's been a nightmare.
Yeah.
And everyone's rooting for Caitlin Clark. And a lot of people had fun with Kim Mulkey's expressions during the game. Show this one here.
Even her attire, yeah.
I mean, whoever did that is a genius. Congratulations on nailing that.
Yeah.
But Jim Carrey had to sit through 8 hours of makeup for that. Kim Mulkey did it just off the cuff.
Yeah, just being born. There was also one where somebody put her next to Gumby.
Oh yeah,
it was all green. Yeah.
It was an odd color choice. I mean, you're LSU.
Right.
You're purple and so no, I'm going to wear all green. It's not St. Patrick's Day. You're in Albany, New York. I don't know if there's a significance of the color green, but I don't know why she did that.
Was it in Albany?
Anyway, what's up, chat room? Let's see. Keith Lyle's in the chat room, which is really strange because he's sitting 15 feet away from me. So I don't know if it's cool or it's creepy. I'm not really sure what it is. Actually, I just saw him take a photo, I think. So stand by for a picture of me from the profile. Yeah. Tommy Green is there. I think the Padres under actually did hit, right? It was 8.5. I think it was final score. The Cardinals won. I guess we'll get to we'll get to bragging, but I just want to say hi to the chat room, a la the lunchroom, because a lot of people tell me they watch the show during their lunch break.
Still need to hear from Joey B.
What's that? Yeah, where's Joey B?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't want to jinx an appearance because he knows he's about to win our bracket challenge. Maybe he's like, I don't want to jinx. I don't want to come on the show. Has he been harassing Parles at least? Has he been on Sports Club?
I hope so.
Yeah, exactly. Because Jeff always hey, Joey B's got a comment. Jeff's like,
Of course Joey B has a comment. Yeah.
Jeff gives the Grinch face. Yes. We've had a lot of people of the Jewish persuasion, or is it persuasion or religion? A lot of Jewish people have been on the show so far. Keith pointed out, Tommy pointed out. We're going to keep it going. Very strange to point out on a sports gambling show. But anyway, today's question. Have you ever been in attendance at a sporting event and a record was set? Have you ever witnessed a classic moment, maybe a no-hitter, or an unassisted triple play? Well, I asked that question to Ryan, but before I get your answer, I did. Three River Stadium, 1992, Mickey Morandini for the Philadelphia Phillies, unassisted triple play. There's only been under 10 of these in history. It was nobody out. Pirates had men on first and second. Full count, runners go. Little line drive to him at second. Catches it for one, steps on second for two, and then tags the guy running for first set for unassisted triple play. And he throws the ball on the mound because everyone's like, that was a triple play, inning's over. And then I vividly remember someone running back out to get the ball like, holy crap, that was an unassisted. We need that ball for the Hall of Fame. So I actually saw that, Ryan. Have you ever witnessed history or a very special sporting moment?
Before I answer, do you know how many unassisted triple plays there have been in Major League Baseball history?
11 is my guess. 8.
Over.
How many?
15.
Okay, you made it less special now. You're taking my story.
But still, over 100 years of baseball.
It's amazing. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's been one since Mickey Morandini. Has there? I want to say maybe there was.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But anyway, that was ago, wasn't there?
What's that?
I feel like there was one a couple of years ago.
I do too, actually. White Sox or something. I don't know why there's a flashing before my eyes. But I remember no one really realized it. And it reminds me of my buddy who Bill Neofis, who's friends with Josh Yohe. Happy birthday, Josh Yohe, by the way. And Chris Andrews. Chris Andrews, it's your birthday. I don't know if you know this. We know, Chris, happy birthday. You're not here today, or you were here and you snuck out on it's your day off. So, Chris, we love you. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were at a Penguins game when Mario Lemieux scored a goal 5 different ways, which would be regular strength, shorthanded,
power play,
penalty shot, empty net. 5.
Wow.
He did it. No one knew, I think, till way after the game or the next day when some reporters or someone was sitting around and went, wait, he just scored a goal every way possible in a game.
Wow.
And no one really realized it in the stadium either, or the arena, whatever.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
we showed a couple days ago my clip of being at the national championship game when North Carolina won.
Right.
Thank you, Mom. And then my first ever NHL game, my dad took me to a triple overtime game in the Stanley Cup Finals.
So, wow.
One of the longest games in NHL history. And then last year, no, it was Blackhawks Bruins.
Okay.
And then last year, my dad also took me to the Knights hoisting the cup.
Oh, wow.
And they
That's
scored
history.
9 goals, and Mark Stone had a hat trick in the cup sealing game. So,
Oh, there you go.
yeah, it's been.
That's cool. Well, that's history. There you go. So if you've witnessed history, I know Keith will probably say, oh, I'm here watching Punchlines, episode 123.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that. Joey B is here.
He is here.
Joey B. Joey B, you weren't here yesterday. You weren't in the chat room yesterday. We spoke a lot about you because currently Joey B is leading or has the best shot.
Paul's leading, yeah.
Reno
Joey
Paul.
B
By
has
the way,
best
Paul
shot.
sent me a text saying he would be unable to watch the show today, but he'll probably watch it on a replay. But you, Ryan, said that Joey B probably has the best shot of winning.
Yeah, he's got a 60.8% chance of winning.
He
the
has
bracket
UConn,
challenge.
right?
Yeah.
He's going to win. Joey B, we think you're going to win. Yeah.
Can I interrupt?
Joey B says, Keith Lyle, chat member and guest in studio. Epic. We're making history today. And they're talking about history. We're witnessing history right now. You talked about triple overtime and go ahead.
Ann wanted to jump
Yeah,
in. real
Ann,
quick.
do you have a moment?
No, I don't have a moment, but
Oh.
I'm just wondering what. Okay, so you said that they asked for the ball, right?
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
pretty
tour.
sure.
I always wonder, how do you know you're getting the ball? I mean, can't you just grab
Well,
a ball?
Interesting you should say. Back then, you did not know. But now, as Ryan is nodding his head in agreement with me, they have at every Major League Baseball game and maybe football games too, there's an authenticator now.
Yep.
So anytime someone gets a first Major League hit, they always say, get the ball. They throw the ball in, and there's a guy who takes like one of those hologram stickers, tacks it on there, has an official book, like notarized, writes down with the sticker number, and notarizes and authenticates the ball because of exactly what you're saying. Someone could be like, oh, this baseball, Babe Ruth hit this ball. And no one believes it. I think I actually I had 2 baseballs in my bag. I had them in there for opening day. I maybe took them out. But anyway, so now there is an authenticator. And I know baseball has them every game. I would assume every event does now, Ryan, do you think?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the market is so crazy now
Right.
for memorabilia. So you have to make sure that it's the actual thing. And when Mark McGuire and when Barry Bonds was going for the all-time home run record, special balls were thrown in for his at-bats and it had a hologram on it.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so that because like that way you couldn't fake it. So yeah, they have ways around that because for years people would be like, oh, this ball right here, Hank Aaron's 715th home run. No, it's not. So yeah, they've combated that. But Mickey Morandini, the ball was rolled. He caught the triple unassisted triple play, and he flipped the ball to the mound, which is what you do. And then someone like scurried out and went, we should probably get that ball. Holy crap, get that ball. But also, here's a fun drinking game. If you want a drinking game, if you go to a baseball game, it's called Mounders. Have you ever heard of this? Okay, Mounders is when the last out of an inning happens. Usually it's the first baseman, could be an outfielder. Most of the time, they keep the ball in play and they throw it towards the mound for the pitcher.
Catcher, strikeout.
Or
toss
after
it back to the
strikeout,
mound,
he'll
yeah.
flip it. It's real cocky, whatever. So you bet that the ball has to land and stay on the mound dirt.
Okay.
If it does, then it carries over. So mostly it rolls off, and then it carries over, and then you buy beers and you chug beers and stuff like that. So
Oh, okay.
it's all about drinking beer.
You don't finish your drink when it stays on? Or...
I can't remember how we used to play because I was usually always just drinking anyway. So anyway, David Michael, my buddy, where is he? Mounders. If it stayed on, people had to buy you a beer maybe because you each traded off innings or something. I think it was buying beer, chugging beer. I don't know if you can Google Mounders, but I see you doing it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the internet will probably have something on that. But anyway, Caitlin Clark last night, let's talk about it. We were talking about this before the game. First half, she didn't look so hot, right? She didn't look very good. You're studying. Are you looking up Mounders?
Yeah, but this is saying it's more like a betting game.
Yeah, you can bet on it, but
Yeah,
we
like money versus
we
drinking.
kind of went with alcohol instead.
Yeah, because it's saying there's
Oh,
like a
yeah, we would
designated
bet on it
cup,
too. Yes.
And whoever's holding the cup would win the money in the cup.
That's how we would do it too. And then we would drink the money or, whatever. Well, you buy beer.
Yeah.
Anyway, just go play that game. Google it when next time you go to a baseball game. When we go to a game, we'll do it. It'll be fun. Caitlin
Not
Clark.
an A's game.
What's that?
Not an A's game. Go
Not
ahead.
an A's game, who are pathetic, and we'll get to that later in the show. We have a clip. Caitlin Clark was unbelievable in the second half last night. First half, she was forcing the ball. I think she had 4 turnovers. She had 2 in all before.
Yeah, she also didn't look like she was giving any effort on defense in the first half.
I think she was a little creeped out. She was a little intimidated. I don't know. I think maybe it was flashbacks of last year. She didn't play her best half. Then she goes into the locker room, comes out, and forget it. Started shooting from logos, ends up with 9 3-pointers, 41 points. Unbelievable performance. That game, and again, everyone's talking about women's basketball. It is fundamentally, they're way more sound than the men. I mean, they do things. And I asked somebody, how much closer is the 3-point line? Or is it the same?
It's not the same.
It's a little in, right?
It's, I want to say it's 2 feet closer.
Maybe a foot or two. Because I know there was that whole debacle with the other day where they didn't have the 3-point lines right. But, I mean, she's just amazing. She's fun to watch. Iowa's fun to watch. But that atmosphere was electric. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports flew in on a jet to watch the game. Jason Sudeikis was there. We have some clips of Caitlin Clark. So let's talk about Caitlin Clark and the game she had. And after the headlock from Kim Mulkey, a.k.a. the Grinch, what else happened?
In that game?
Yeah. What else do we have? We have some videos of Caitlin.
Oh, well, Caitlin and do we want to do the Sudeikis part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
By the way, who is this man freeze-framed on the monitor that I'm staring at?
Oh, it's a guest.
Okay, Yesterday's from Sports by the Book?
Yeah.
Okay, he's like looking at me. But if you guys could see at home what I'm looking at, it's a little weird. Anyway, what do we got? So let's roll all those clips you have for Caitlin Clark. Okay.
Yeah, so post-game, going to say hi to the crowd.
Now, what I found out a little odd about Jason Sudeikis is he is a diehard Kansas guy. He's Kansas City Chiefs, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I think he went to UK, might have went to Kansas State, but he's rooting for Iowa. But he's just a fan of Caitlin Clark, so that's good. So there she's getting some soccer tips from Ted Lasso. Now she has to meet people he's with. She's like, I really just want to go back to the locker room and be with my girls. But anyway, so there's Ted Lasso and Caitlin Clark. And then what else do you have with Caitlin?
There was a tweet from Annie Agar.
Okay, Annie Agar, who we love. If you don't follow Annie Agar, she's that girl who does those great videos on NFL Action where she has a jersey for each team. I don't know how long it takes her to do those, but they're always epic.
Yeah. Like
she's
week
enjoyable
6 in the NFL, yeah, and she makes fun of everybody.
She makes fun of everybody, and the looks she gives are great. But she put this out last night, which I thought was brilliant.
The fire.
Oh,
So these guys covered the basketball in gasoline.
This is Caitlin Clark shooting. So this guy actually, he's got like Kevlar gloves. You got one shot at this, buddy. Oh my God. Bam! Drains it.
And that was...
Is that yeah, and our director just went, oh my God, what is going on here? And I love that the net just goes, like the net's just gone. That was awesome. So Annie tweeted that out last night. We want to give her credit.
She said, her caption was just Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark playing. I mean, those guys. Yeah. How many takes did it take to do that? That's why Ryan sent that to me last night. I'm like, that's the greatest. We have to use that in the show. That's pretty awesome. I didn't even say who's coming up on. We have more of Caitlin Clark. We have one more of her doing snow angels and confetti.
Yeah. There was a photo that came out of her, landing confetti.
This has been pretty popular. I think a lot of people are doing this in the Super Bowl, and what a lot of people don't know is that's made of asbestos. That's all those confetti. She shouldn't be. No, it's not. California, by the way, just outlawed asbestos last week. Did you see that? Just last week.
How do you outlaw?
They finally. I don't know. It's been. You're not supposed to have it for the last.
Is that asbestos you can do?
Oh, and Keith's going to get on you for that one. Anyway, Caitlin Clark doing a little confetti angel. Very cute. She was unbelievable. I did not bet on that game. I was going to bet on her over. I got burned. If you remember, when Alex was here, she said, her over's 31.5. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. Well, when I went to bet it, it was 32.5, and she ended with 32. So I got screwed by the hook. But anyway, baseball. We can talk baseball. I haven't even.
So there were 6 different girls in the 2 games yesterday. There were 6 girls with double doubles.
Were there really?
Yeah, 3 in the UConn USC game, and then 3 in the LSU.
Paige and we didn't even talk about UConn USC. Paige over Juju. That was a good game too.
Yep.
I got to be honest, and you said the same thing. I was kind of worn out after the Iowa LSU game. It was such a great game. I was just like, all right, I had not as much interest.
Yeah, well, I had some other things, so I had to go to Costco. So
you had to go to Costco. Wow,
but I came back and watched the fourth quarter.
Wow, yeah, what happened at Costco? What were the purchases? Give me a few of them.
Well, I had to get gas. And then
you do the gas? How long was the line?
It was pretty extensive. And then had to pick up some energy drinks.
Some energy drinks?
Yeah,
I have some for you.
You do?
They're white gummy bear flavored.
Ooh.
And you know where I got them? I got them from the Celebrity Flag football game.
Oh.
And they've been in the fridge. No, they've been in the fridge. They were free giveaways. What do you mean? You don't want them or you don't want them?
That's from Super Bowl week.
Yeah, well, they don't go bad. It's sugar and carbonation.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Gummy
But
bears.
I'm going to bring them in tomorrow. I meant to bring them in today. I forgot.
Okay.
I had a lot on my mind today.
Well, today is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day.
Are you segueing for me right into the show? Wow, look at Ryan taking charge.
Well, I didn't want you to skip over it. We were just talking about UConn.
Yeah.
And then, Nike basketball tweeted out, initials are PB, but the layups are jelly.
What initials are PB?
Paige Beckers.
Oh, that's Paige. I was thinking it was Caitlin Clark. Okay, it is Paige.
Yeah.
Paige is very cute. Yeah, I didn't recognize her. Sorry, I was too far away. Thank God you got rid of that guy's photo, though. Yeah, it's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Do you want to? It's April 2nd, ladies and gentlemen, 2024. It's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. Do we have the song Peanut Butter Jelly Time? We don't have. We'll just sing it. Peanut butter. That way we won't get flagged by YouTube.
Peanut butter jelly with a baseball bat.
Wait.
When Brian sang it on Family Guy, that was the first time I had seen it. I didn't realize it was a big internet clip at the time. So I'm like, oh, Family Guy. And people are like, no, Family Guy was paying homage to it. Anyway, peanut butter and jelly. I don't have to talk about this. I've made my feelings known on this. They don't belong together. Jelly is stupid. I'm a straight peanut butter guy. It's optional. You're a peanut butter and jelly guy, aren't you?
No, I don't like jelly.
You don't like it either. That's right. Yeah. Jelly's stupid. It's also National Ferret Day. And I Googled, can ferrets eat peanut butter or jelly? The Google said ferrets should not eat peanut butter. Ferrets are carnivores, meaning they can only eat meat and cannot digest anything plant-based. Peanut butter is high in sugar, which is hard for ferrets to digest, which means someone did a study on ferrets and peanut butter. Somewhere, some scientist got paid some money to feed a ferret 50 different foods and see how it reacted.
The more you know. The
more you know. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Other foods ferrets should not eat, and I cut it off. I deleted it. I don't know. But just let ferrets be on their own. They'll figure it out. They've been around for a long time. Probably lettuce. It's episode 123. Can you believe it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I declare
Come on, baby, say. Case got it. Little Miami Sound Machine.
5, 6, 7 times.
Gloria Estefan. Keith knows all the weird pop culture I do as well. So anyway, episode 123. We're not doing jerseys anymore because we started with 23. Probably with Michael Jordan. You probably did a little Chicago thing. So what do you have cooked up for 1, 2, 3 today?
So I went with the
top 3
players that got first, second, or third in a specific statistic in the 2023 seasons.
Okay, so I like this. Okay, that's a good one, Ryan. We're getting creative.
Do you want to guess?
I can do baseball. Let's start with baseball. I already see Pete Alonso. Oh, by the way, this is not Pete Alonso's first appearance in the show today.
Exactly.
We have a clip coming up.
It is his first. It's not his only.
It's his first. It's not his only. Thank you very much. Yeah. Second, that's Kyle Schwarber. We showed a picture last week of the Schwarburger at Philadelphia you can buy. It's a giant burger with a big, thick cut piece of bacon. What else was in there? Crispy onions, pickles.
Yep. And a fried egg.
Oh, the Schwarburger.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, maybe we can have those shipped in dry ice. And then third, that's not a... Oh, is that Matt Olson?
Yeah, Matt Olson. So from the inside players are the players that were 1 and then going out.
You're going out. Oh, the bigger picture. Okay. Yeah. Oh, touchdown
so
points.
Alonso was 3. So,
that's McCaffrey.
Touchdowns, then points. Yeah.
Okay, McCaffrey's 1. Oh, that's touchdowns only. God. Raheem Mostert.
Yep.
And then Jalen Hurts.
So
they're tied.
McCaffrey and Mostert are tied for first with 21.
Well, I was going to say 21.
And then the other 3 are tied with 15.
Okay, that guy on the Rams, is it Williams?
Kyron Williams.
I knew it was with a K.
Yeah.
And the guy in the back, it's hard to tell the picture.
Bills quarterback.
Oh, Josh Allen?
Yeah.
He ran for 15 touchdowns?
Yeah.
Man, he can't keep doing that. He cannot keep doing that. Their window's closing as it is.
That's why Stephon Diggs is so upset.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's taking all his fantasy points.
Yeah.
Okay, and then bottom left, it kind of gets cut off. Is that goals?
Yeah.
I have no... Connor McDavid?
He's number 1.
Just a guess. Austin Matthews?
No.
I have no idea what these people
He's actually the leader this year. He's the only player
he has 60, right? I don't know who the other 2 guys are. Brad Marchand.
So, same team as Brad Marchand.
Jack Eichel.
He's here. Go Knights.
I'm not a hockey guy, Keith.
David Pasternak.
Oh, I would have never got that.
He finished second. He's also currently top 5 right now. And then the third guy, Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, I love Mikko. Come on, Keith's embarrassed for me Colorado. Now. He's heckling me already. By the way, the only 2 hockey players by face that I would know would probably be Sidney Crosby and Evenki Malkin.
Because they play for one team specifically.
Yeah. Well, but I just don't, you don't see their faces. Well, actually, you do see their faces a lot in hockey, don't you?
Well, yeah, their helmet doesn't really.
All those white guys look alike to me.
And
all right, so let's go to the NBA. NBA points. That's Luka. Look how puffy Luka was last. Is that a last year picture or this year picture?
Yeah, last year's picture.
Remember last year he was a little heavier and he got a lot of crap for it. He's amazing, but I think he's drinking or eating a little too much. God, that's Embiid and then Tatum.
Yep.
Tatum was number one?
Tatum was number one. So that's points totals.
Yeah.
The NBA does their points leader by points per game.
Right.
So I did points totals.
Oh, like
Tatum had the most points, but Embiid won the scoring title because he had the most points per game.
When I was a kid, I remember David Robinson, this last game of the year, they were going for the scoring title. It was a big deal back then. He needed like 78 points, and he got it because they just fed the ball. They're out of the playoffs. It's just like, so it was almost like that's kind of a dumb way.
Bad basketball.
It's bad basketball. It really is.
Right. How was it Anthony Edwards earlier this year? Or no, it was Cat.
On the triple-double?
Right? Cat had like 50 in the first half.
Yeah.
And they kept trying to feed him to get him points.
Oh,
and then their coach was like, that's just bad basketball.
That's right. I remember that. That's right. I do remember that. I just hate the triple-doubles when a guy will go up and put it off the backboard so he can get a rebound.
Like Giannis did last year?
Yeah, it's happened several times. Giannis, he did it. It's ridiculous. Before we move on real quick, I just want to point out I hit a 4-teamer in baseball yesterday. I'm going to start giving baseball picks on the show.
Sweet.
I had the 2 Chicago games.
It was all chalk, yeah.
It was all chalk. It was, but still, 4 games.
Yeah.
Pirates were only minus 105. That wasn't like a
Braves,
huge favorite.
Pirates, and then what was your fourth one?
The Orioles.
Oh, the O's.
Against the Royals.
Yeah, so 3 early games, and then 1 in the middle of the afternoon.
Yes.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
$10 paid $56.
Nice. So
I'm in the black.
a win is a win. Yeah.
A win is a win.
Green is green.
Is a win is a win. So I think I'm going to do baseball picks starting tomorrow. Pirates are off today, so they won't lose. That's great. And I wanted to come up with a name because we know, like, football season, I'm Frankie Overs, right?
Yeah.
Here's my baseball gambling name. Ready? Frankie Fungo.
Flip it.
He just went,
Fungo Frankie.
Fungo Frankie? Fungo Frankie. All right, there you go. Fungo bat, it's the bat they used to hit infield, right? You know what a Fungo bat is. I just thought I could have went Frankie Diamonds because the diamond, it's up for grabs. I don't know whoever wants to.
I think you would need to get your ears pierced for Frankie's Diamonds.
I probably would.
Yeah.
All right.
Go chalk.
Yeah. Why don't we
Chalk Frank.
Frankie Chalks?
Chalk eating Frank.
Chalky Frank. Oh, that might be going too. These are all up for grabs. We'll trademark them all. Did you get them all? You got all the Twitter handles already, guys? Good. Okay.
Done.
Okay. For episode 200 of Punchlines, the studio crew do snow angels in confetti. Yes. Joey B, write it down right now. I will decorate this entire floor with confetti if we get a 200th episode. Yes, that will happen. And as she sips from a soda. Ryan loves Pro Baller. That's I was going to say, how do they know your drink of choice? That's your stepdad, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is. By the way, you should get a deal with him. Frank, singing again.
Tiff
New segment,
apparently
Frank's
met the owner
karaoke.
of
Was
Pro
I
Baller.
singing on this show? I sang. Gloria Estefan. He's literally tweeting the show from 15 feet away. Very hinkly. But by the way, I love it. Tommy Green liked my joke. Lots of good sports stuff to talk about. Yeah, we're having a good time. Fungus, Frankie. Come on, Tommy. By the way, Joey B brings up a good point. Just take the over whenever Colorado Rockies are playing at home this season.
What about Fungi Frankie?
Their pitching is atrocious. I don't like Fungus, Frankie. Fungo, Frankie.
No, Fungi Frankie.
Fungi? No, we're sticking with Fungo.
Fungi.
No, Fungo! Should we take a commercial break, come back, look at live comments, and welcome our guest? Do you want to do that?
Do you want to talk about the Final Four tickets first?
Yes, we shall. Maybe we don't need a commercial. Maybe we'll do a commercial after our guests. I almost said F, but who cares? All right, anyway. Hey, can you not call? I'm trying to work, Keith. All right, anyway. Let's talk about the Final Four. You're talking men's Final Four.
Yeah, so
we
ticket
like to
prices
follow
went
the
up,
ticket
yeah.
prices. Go ahead. How much are they?
Yeah, ticket prices went up. So the men's Final Four is $571. The women's Final Four.
And it's in Phoenix, right?
Yes. Yeah. The women's Final Four is $970.
Yes! That is so awesome. I didn't even look at this. You sent it to, I didn't even look at it because I love that the women is, it's just for let's say twice as much.
Yeah.
Nearly twice.
Nearly twice, yeah.
Where is the women's Final Four?
Cleveland.
God.
So
No wonder.
brings up my favorite Joakim Noah quote of, have you ever heard of anybody wanting to go on vacation in Cleveland?
No, it doesn't. No. Of course, that's my arch rival. That's my nemesis. If I was a superhero, if I was Captain Pittsburgh, that would be my nemesis.
Cleveland or Joakim Noah?
Cleveland and Joakim Noah. I didn't like him either. No. I met his dad once. His dad was a pro tennis player. Him. Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah. No. Yannick Noah. Yannick Noah. By the way, we have this here at the South Point. You got to come down, celebrate Chris's birthday by betting and donating some money to the South Point. He would be very appreciative. Chris, if you're watching, I'm going to have people come down and take one of these exactas. Although, look at him. This is the only place that has them in town, so make sure you come down. You can bet these exactas, Ryan. I know what that look on your face was for. Anyway, here's what it looks like. Come down and get it. UConn's going to win it all. If UConn wins it all, then I get my money back in our draft pool, and that's all I really care about.
Yeah, you get your money back and $5.
Yeah, because Matt Nevert's going to win.
Yeah.
Is it a foregone conclusion that he's already won?
Pretty
no one
much.
can catch him.
Yeah. NC State was.
NC State. And no one even wanted it. It was like, oh, NC State. I want to know what he paid for NC State. Probably like $6.
Yeah, it might have been the team that.
At the end of the round?
At the very end. That we were
that
like,
he just
we got one more team on the roster. Yeah.
NC State's helping a lot of people. Courtney, by the way, has North Carolina State beating North Carolina in her final bracket with a bunch of friends.
Well,
because of One Tree Hills in North Carolina. So she has NC State, I think, beating North Carolina. No, she had North Carolina beating State. Who knew?
I wish. Anyway,
make sure you come down and bet on that. What else? Yeah, so the ticket price, that's unbelievable. That $970,
awesome.
It's all Caitlin Clark. It's Paige.
Yeah, I mean, talking about witnessing history,
the Final Four.
Caitlin Clark's last game as an Iowa Hawkeye.
And by the way, I didn't think they'd get by. I didn't think they'd beat LSU. I mean, I thought LSU had a good shot because they're quicker. And I think Alex even talked about it. Iowa is it's like the other girls on that team I mean, Marshall, there's Martin. I mean, they have to have good games as well.
Yeah.
You can't just be her chucking up for 40 or 50 every game.
I mean, yeah. Iowa had to shoot the way they shot last night, or else Angel Reese was just going to continue to grab rebounds.
Oh my God,
she was towering over.
It was unbelievable. It was embarrassing, the offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And even the announcer, whoever it was, Rebecca Lobo's like, that's not over the back. They're just taller and they can grab the ball.
Yeah.
And they were quick, man. Angel Reese was very, very impressive to watch.
She probably should have fouled out earlier than she did. But yeah.
And her ankle, she twisted her ankle a little bit, I think.
Yeah, that was in like the second quarter.
Yeah,
that she came back in.
And by the way, I keep forgetting that when I watch a female game that there's quarters, which I like. I like the 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 long halves.
Yeah.
Breaks it up nice.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We should bring our guest in.
Yeah.
Let's bring our guest in. Let's bring him in. He came in to be here, and it's his triumphant return. Ladies and gentlemen, very funny comedian, Keith Lyle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Keith right here. Keith, no applause. Come on. Applause for Keith.
I did it.
Come on, Ann. Well, Ann has a love-hate relationship with Keith.
I love
because he's
Ann.
always,
That's why.
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry. It's a comedian thing. It's also a thing amongst us dealers. If we show our love by busting chops.
Right,
for lack
exactly.
Of a better
Well, Chris
term.
Andrews would call it something different. But
Yeah. That's what we do.
Right, it's just true.
It's it's love. It's how we show love.
Now, Keith was kind enough. I hit him up last night. I said, Keith's always involved with the show. He's in the live chat room, even when he's on the show, which is first ever. So we love that. And you're always sharing the show and tweeting it, so we appreciate it. And I also want to congratulate you that your story last time you were here, being the dealer in The Hangover, is our highest clicking clip of all time.
Well, thank you.
Golf clap for Keith.
Appreciate it. I'd like to thank everyone and Ryan.
Yes.
It's great to be
I
here
got a
on
specific
PB
mention.
and J Day because you guys are like peanut butter and jelly. And since you both don't like jelly, you could decide who that is.
I am peanut butter, and it has to be creamy. Don't put nuts in it.
Right.
Phrasing.
Stop phrasing. All right, anyway. Phrasing. Anyway, Keith, thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
He's been hitting us up. He sent a funny video that maybe we'll show tomorrow because you're here today. You're here.
That's fine.
But it was hysterical. We appreciate it because I had kind of thrown down the gauntlet to people. Give us some hype videos. Give us videos. Send them in. Ryan's email address. I'll give it out at the end of the show. It'll be great. And does anyone witness history in the chat room?
Yeah, no one said what they've seen.
I could tell you that I was there the night at the Bulls game where the fan hit the 3/4 shot for $1 million.
The school teacher.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, no way.
He hit that shot, and the whole place went nuts, and he walked right over to the Bulls huddle. It was a timeout because, they were doing something, and everyone looked up. All the players looked up, and he walked right over and gave Michael Jordan a hug, and he's like, "Welcome to the Millionaires Club," I think he said to him or something, and then they tried to get out of paying it.
Right. Or he had played some college ball, right?
Well, he played one semester of junior college ball like 4 or 5 years earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even anything. And the the company, the restaurant company that put up the promotion, the insurance company wasn't going to pay it,
Right.
and the guy Richie Melman, who owned the company, big restaurant company in Chicago, he said, "I'll just pay him. It's fine. Here's your $1 million. Just make sure you pay the taxes.
Yeah, right.
Don't get stuck.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be, because I remember I think even like LeBron James or someone, this happened another time where someone said, well, if they don't pay him, I think Jordan called for that guy to get paid too.
Yeah,
maybe that's
did.
what I'm thinking
yeah,
of.
Yeah, he did. The whole team, everyone. And I thought, oh, maybe the Bulls will step up and do something. And I'm like, Reinsdorf's not like that. And Krause definitely
Jerry
isn't
Krause,
like
no.
that.
Yeah.
He got booed when he got put in the Ring of Honor. And I know he had passed.
I know
his wife was there.
I know.
And it wasn't because she was there. They weren't booing her.
No.
They were booing Jerry. Jerry Krause was never liked.
No.
And no general manager's ever been put in the Hall of Fame, with the exception of maybe in Dallas. Maybe. But it's never happened. So why would you do that?
Yeah. It's true.
The fans hate him.
I know, and the poor widow. Gets, because he broke up the team, right?
He felt like he was bigger than the team, and the team. The whole reason why they came back was in spite of him.
Yeah.
They came back to prove that it was the team that did it, not you.
Yeah. That was the Last Dance documentary, right? Yeah.
Pretty much. But even before that, even, the last run that Jordan had, I almost felt like was like, no, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
You tried to put a team together. They couldn't get to the finals. They missed by a shot. No, you need me.
Yeah.
I'm here. And now look what we're doing.
Yep. You're right.
So you get booed.
You probably, I know you know the history of the Bulls, but yeah, he was not well at, but booing the widow was bad.
Well, they weren't booing her; they were booing him. She just happened to be on the screen.
But they shouldn't have cut to her. That's the other thing. It's like,
show the kids, show the son. The son is works for the team. That's the whole reason why they put him on there. Show the son so they can boo him. Your dad was a schmuck.
Yeah, it is Jewish week, so you're allowed to say that. So yeah,
what can I tell you? That's how we celebrate Easter.
Oh, forget about it.
End of Lent.
All right, so on your way out last time, we told the great story about The Hangover, and you're like, I have gaming stories, because now tell us your gaming background and then tell us a couple of these stories. These are great.
I started as a casino dealer in 1994, dealing a 25-cent crap game at the El Cortez.
Oh, I've been there. Okay, I love it.
And I started on a 25-cent crap game, so you can imagine what kind of a mess that is. And I was like 23 years old.
Right.
I'd moved to Vegas. This is how I was going to pay my way through college. This was, and this is what I did. And through the years, you accumulate these stories of different people doing different things, and you happen to run into famous people, celebrities, stars. Now, when you start out down there, like it's 25 cents, people crapping on each other, and the pit boss took the guy, didn't want to go to the bathroom, so he. The pit boss takes one of the chips, throws it on the ground. The guy bends over to pick it up, puts his face in it. Rubs it in, says, don't ever do that again. You're out for the night. Well, and that was it. And then, fast forward like 20 years later, I'm at the Venetian, a $18 billion property or whatever. A guy, maybe he just had surgery, something. Maybe it was an accident. He goes, they bring a whole hazmat thing in. They close the thing down. Yeah. Because I was just worried. I'm like, don't put his face in it. This guy's nice. He's betting for us. Don't, please.
Downtown's a little different than the Venetian.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
25-cent game is a big difference.
Now, listen, we've talked about, we talk about Greg Maddux on the show a lot. Yes. I think Nagel talks a lot about him. You have a Greg Maddux story.
Yes. So I'm working at the Orleans. It's about 2002, 2003. And Greg Maddux, I look up from, we're just standing dead, and all of a sudden, guy comes, he looks familiar. I don't recognize him, but one of the guys with him I recognize. Three guys come up, and I recognize Greg Maddux.
Right.
And I look over, and the guy that comes up is Mike Maddux.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Pitching
look at
coach,
these two guys. Yeah. And they bring a third guy, one of their friends or whatever, and they're going to start playing. Mike Maddux buys in like 1,000 or 2,000. The buddy buys in like 1,000, and Greg buys in 500. He's got the most out of all of them.
What's going on?
And he's buying in the lease. Like, this is weird. And I know who he is, and I'm excited, but I keep it professional.
Right.
They start playing. I give Greg Maddux the dice to roll, and one of the different places are weird about the rules.
Right.
But one of the rules with the dice is you got to hit the back wall.
Got to hit them hard.
And if your intent is there, I'm cool with it. But it's the Orleans, so they get a little hairy.
Okay.
And he. The first time he rolls him short, okay. The second time, the boss leans in and tell him to hit the back wall, and I'm said, Mr. Maddox, sir, you have 4 Cy Youngs. If you could hit the back, throw the dice hard enough to hit the back wall, that would be wonderful.
Appreciate it.
If you can't, there's a pitching coach here that maybe could help you. And they all laughed about it, and then they were doing fine. Then he goes on to roll for like an hour and a half.
No way.
Yes. And so now at the Orleans, they sweat money pretty heavy.
Okay.
There at the time. They're kind of the same crew that runs this place.
Okay.
So you get 2 winners in a row. Now they start going, what are you going to call winners all day? You singing? What are you going to give this guy all our money? And I'm like, I don't think any of it's your money. I think it's Michael Gaughan's money. The last time I checked, he's doing fine. I don't really see the problem here. But when it was all said and done, Mike Maddox, he was betting. He was pressing like he was really playing hard. Now, their dad was a poker dealer.
Okay. Oh, so they grew up in Vegas.
They grew up in Vegas.
Yeah,
so they know. So he won about 125, like close to 150,000. The friend won. Yeah, the friend won like 62,000 or something.
Okay.
And Maddox only won like $7,000. He wasn't pressing his bets. He wasn't doing anything. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I don't want to ruin anything. I'm like, these are inanimate objects. I understand superstitions on baseball. Like, you think it matters. These are inanimate objects. You can't do anything with them, but just throw them to the wall. You can't will them to win. You may think that by doing the same thing, you're making it happen, but you're not. It's just luck.
Oh my God! Yeah. Now wait a second. What did they tip you out? I mean, how? I think you would remember.
They were fair.
Okay.
They weren't overly generous like some athletes were. Some people would say they expected more. It was like maybe $5,000 or $6,000. It wasn't.
Oh my God!
lot,
yeah.
But they were.
That is a lot.
Decent.
I think that's a lot. I thought you were going to say $5,000 or $6,000.
Considering it was 200,000.
Well, that's true.
And these guys are kind of okay.
They're
with
all
money.
right financially.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a Dana White experience where you're like, oh my God,
oh no,
this
wait a
guy's
second.
changing my life.
What's the Dana White experience?
Dana White experience is when he comes in.
This is the guy who runs UFC.
The guy who runs UFC is one of the all-time greats of tipping, and people, they have a thing where you sign a list. It's called the early out list. Like, you want to go home early when they start closing down games, or they have too many extra dealers. As soon as they hear he's in there, names get crossed off that list real fast.
Dana White's here.
People are. Oh, I called in today. I'm sorry, I'm coming.
Wow.
People who have the day off are like, no, it's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. I'm coming in. I'm coming. That's. I mean, we're talking about tens of, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
That's what he'll tip if he's on a roll.
If he's on a roll. Yeah. So he plays at Durango now. So when they have a jump in their thing, it's because they make 200 a day, and then they make 700 one day. It's Dana White.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
But he's giving it back.
Happen.
See, that's the reputation you want. As a big
exactly.
tipper.
So when you see like, oh, he slapped his wife, you're like, oh no. There's only one way to get over that humiliation. That's come to my casino and gamble.
Right. Okay. All right.
We will make you feel better.
Oh my God. You also have a Pete Rose story. And Pete Rose, does he live in Vegas or not?
He did. I don't know if he still does, because he goes over to that. He's got a spot, Field of Dreams inside Caesars, where he signs baseball.
Yeah, exactly.
I cheated. I lied. I'm a scumbag.
Yeah.
Whatever you want him to write. You
He'll
can
do
get
it.
him. He will write anything. I got, breasts of a gorilla. He'll write it.
Did you see he said, I could have just blamed it on an interpreter last week?
He's the victim, right? He's still
the victim.
Right. So a couple of things with him. I had a friend that was working at MGM Grand as a dealer, and Pete Rose took out some money out of his credit line. It was like, I think he wanted $20,000, and the dealer accidentally gave him $25,000. Some kind of mix-up.
Okay.
He signs for the marker, and then they say, "Oh, we give you too much. You got to give $5,000 back." He goes, "No." He wouldn't give the money back. So now they're arguing, and they cause a big thing.
Jeez.
No, I'm not giving it back. So he gambles, he plays, he goes to cash out, and they go, "Well, you have two choices. You could either give us the $5,000 back, or you could sign another marker for $5,000." And it became a big thing, and both the dealer and the floorman got fired. Where if he would have just gone like, "Hey, listen, I was perfect at my last job till I burned the fries. Why don't you just give him? It's not yours. Just give him." But that's a true degenerate.
Oh my God.
Then there's another story. I was in the Palms on a Sunday watching football, and he's in the race book. And at the time, you couldn't be on your phone.
Right, back then.
They
finally had to outlaw that.
So he's in the race book, but we're all kind of standing at the bar. I'm having a drink. I'm sitting down. And I see this commotion, and, they're telling him, get off the phone, get off the phone. They must have told him 6-7 times.
Right.
Finally, I see these, like, 4 big guys come walking in in security uniforms. They take his chair. He's on the phone at the time. They take his chair. They push the chair up, so now he falls forward. They pick him up, 4 guys literally taking him, holding him literally, and they're walking him. Now we're all kind of looking, and now
my
we're
God.
following like a parade.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with this guy?
Pete Rose.
They're holding him, and they push the door open with his head and
Like a battering
throw him
ram?
on the ground.
The all-time hit leader.
Hit leader laying there, and we didn't have like cell phones.
Right.
I didn't have my phone to take a picture. It was like one of those
Flip
Motorola
phones,
flip
yeah,
things,
right.
razors.
The
Like, oh, you don't
razor,
take a
yeah.
picture with that. So yeah, and he's laying on the ground, and they're like, "Don't come back." And I was like, "Holy crap!" We're all just looking at each other like, "Did we just see that?"
Did we just see Pete Rose?
Yeah, and
all-time
then
hit
we all
king.
looked at each other and said, "Hey, what's the line in the second half?"
Let's go back in and
Yeah.
concentrate on betting.
We got
Oh
stuff to do
my
here.
God, that's just you were nodding. Did you hear that story, or you just
I hadn't
you
heard
saw
no,
it coming?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but like a battering ram.
Yeah, right.
That's-
It's in the movie Casino. They would kick
That's
people out, but they just ram the head into the door.
Yeah, my father-in-law used to work for those guys in the movie Casino when he ran the Hacienda and the Marina.
Yeah, well,
but he
our-
was honest. He was a clean guy.
Yeah.
Those are some stories.
Oh my God, that Maddox story is hysterical, man.
Yeah, that happened.
Oh my God. So how did everything go? Now you're wearing a T-shirt for Delirious.
Delirious
That's
Comedy
the
Club,
comedy
yeah.
club. That's the one Don Barnhart.
Yes, it's
Okay.
down. It's on Fremont Street. It's inside Hennessy's Tavern.
Okay.
You go in. It's in the back. There's a nice big room back there. It's beautiful. It's a great setup. The beers are like really economically. When it comes
Good.
down to like all the other places,
Right.
It's like, oh, you can have a good time. The food is fantastic.
Okay.
So I really got to hand it to them. And it's right there on Fremont and Las Vegas Boulevard. It's right there in the corner. And afterwards, there's a band. You go and you watch the band. You're already there in the action.
And if you want, you can take a short walk to the El Cortez and
Yes, where
and
they have $15 games now, which really upset
Oh
me.
wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a guy one time, he had a heart attack on the game, and yeah, they get him alive, and he's fine. And the pit boss,
He's fine.
is like, move the dice, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's about to die. You know, I even said no action on the dead guy.
Oh my
so they pull him up, and they pump him up, they get him going, they get him on the stretcher. He's alive. We're still dealing, and he takes the mask off, and he says to the pit boss, "Hey Tony, what happened to the $6.50 I had on the
Oh, no, he did
layout?"
not.
Yeah, and then the pit boss said, well, the next roll was 7 out. You didn't call your bets off. We locked it up. And I'm thinking, like, I'm new. It's like my second week
Yeah.
there. I'm going, oh my God, we're taking this dead guy's $6.50. What are we doing? What business am I in?
You're in the casino business, my
Welcome
friend, and
to
we
it.
love it. Welcome to Las Vegas. Are you betting on any games? Are you looking at basketball or baseball? Your beloved Sox or Cubs? I can't remember if you're
Socks.
Oof.
I don't gamble because gambling's for suckers. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. I could tell you when the White Sox are going to win their first game.
When
It's
will
gonna
that
be?
be?
It's going to be April 25th, 2025. They're going to break the record for most losses,
0 and
120.
162.
Yes, they're going to beat more. Yeah, they're terrible.
You actually, what was that thing you sent me about the White Sox?
Well, yesterday,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, did you see
their
this?
Yeah,
game
they
got
didn't have a
delayed
first
by
base.
not having a first base coach.
No, that. No. Also,
Oh, you're talking about
there's
winning
13 teams since
Yeah,
last year's
yeah.
All-Star break that have won at least 25 games.
the Jay Kuda stat.
The Jacob, and then there's one team
Yeah,
that hasn't,
I'll find it real quick.
and it was the White Sox.
Yes.
And by the way, I was happy to see the Pirates had won 25 games since, well, they are 5-0 right now. But anyway, the White Sox haven't won 25 games since last year's All-Star break.
That is unbelievable.
And this team, I mean, LaRusso, this was supposed to be, they had all that talent there,
They did.
and boosh.
Yep.
And they traded Dylan C, so they're just,
yeah. And let the Giolito go.
yeah, exactly. And then the Cubs, I mean, do you root for the Cubs? Or
Yeah,
no?
absolutely. I'll
Okay.
root for him.
And of course, I don't know if you saw the firework. You probably saw it
Yeah,
yesterday on the
that
show.
was something.
You know, someone put the Cubs pyrotechnics that you showed on the show in discussed yesterday that you found.
With clown music.
With what?
With clown music.
With clown. Well, no, it was the music from Curb Your
Curb,
Enthusiasm.
Oh, okay.
Right, he's not a
definitely
big
what it
Curb
felt
guy,
like.
but yeah, it was. It really was. And they showed them again running out with just those two. It really is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was an ugly day at the ballpark. It was all
Oh.
gray and
Oh,
cloudy,
my
and
God.
it's like a ballpark from 1917. So it's
Oh man, but I remember my first time at Wrigley. I walked in, they were playing the Giants. I went up to the window. I said, "What's your best seat?" I was in the front row, right along third baseline. Front row, Giants. Barry Bonds, Matt Williams, each hit 2 homers. Barry Bonds hits a pop up in like the third inning, and it's coming right to me in my hands, and a guy comes and hits it out of my hand.
typical Cub fan.
Otherwise, I would have had the ball. Footnote to that story: I should have left way earlier because I forgot there's traffic after a Cubs
Oh,
game.
yeah.
I had a gig. I was doing Northern Illinois or Southern Illinois or Western Illinois. I did all the Illinois. I'm driving there. I have a car phone.
Geography.
It's whatever. There's a tornado warning on the radio. They're saying pull over if you're driving. I'm like, no, I have a show. I have to get there. I'm calling him on my car phone, all static. I'm like, I'm on my Frank Nicotero. Come in. I'm on my way. I get there. I run in. The guy greets me at the door. He's like, hey man. I'm like, I made it. He's like, you're not booked here. I go, what? What? He goes, yeah. He goes, we sent this contract was never, we didn't book you. You're not booked. I go, I just drove through a tornado. He goes, you want some punch? I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, I wasn't, so I almost killed myself. I could have been back in Pittsburgh, I can say it. But anyway, I wasn't booked. So the college felt so bad that they rebooked me the following semester. And I called Frank Murgy. Frank Murgy, are you in the room? He's not watching right now. He was the one, and I called him. I'm like, dude. He goes, oh, yeah, the contract never was executed. I thought I was some discrepancy, but I almost died.
That's one way to get the gig. You go there and say you're not.
Sympathy.
That's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Jimmy Kimmel's and be like, hey, I thought I was working there.
They'll be like, oh, I feel bad. Come back in there.
Yeah.
May 17th, May 18th, Frank Nicotero. All right, Keith, again, excellent job. We really appreciate all your support.
Anytime.
He's the newest Punchy. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah,
Ryan?
I just wanted to ask, either one of you.
Yes, please.
With the Tropicana closing today, do you guys have any good stories from that property?
First of all, it's closing at 3 a.m., if I'm not mistaken. So 3 a.m. I know that when I played the Laugh Factory over there a couple months ago, I had a $100 chip, took home, don't know where it is.
Lost
now,
it.
are they owned by a company that I could go get that $100 back if I don't find it by tonight at 3 a.m.?
I can tell you.
Yeah?
There's probably something in the newspaper that says,
Yeah.
if you have any Tropicana
Yes.
chips, here's how you
What is a
bring them
newspaper?
in. It's one of those things that you used to read back when
It's like a
you were
blog,
my
but on
age.
paper. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The thing I remember the most is we were filming here in town, and we'd heard about this chicken that played tic-tac-toe, and if you beat it, you won like a buffet or something, but you couldn't beat it. And somehow you'd go up and you'd hit a button, and then bang, and then the chicken would come out and go bang, and he'd hit like his beak on the spot because they had like seed underneath, I'm imagining. And you couldn't beat this chicken. No one beat the chicken.
No one ever beat
And
the
everyone's drunk going, I can beat a chicken.
Yeah.
Couldn't beat the chicken. Chicken was that's my memory of the Trop. I don't know if you have a memory of the
I
Trop.
remember one day going to the buffet and eating the chicken after it passed away.
He finally lost, and the manager went,
That's exactly what happened.
with his head.
Yeah, he cost us a buffet. That's where he's going to end up.
That is it. No stories, but yeah, it's coming down for the Oakland A's, which you're very excited about coming to town. You're going to build a baseball stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
Just
Cubs
what
will
we
come
need.
and play. You'll be able to see your Cubbies.
Yeah. Yeah, once a year.
Yeah, there you go. Or once every couple years. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Jerry, you're into
league games, so yeah, every year now.
he's into it. There you go.
First
All right.
time I came to Vegas, I stayed at the Tropicana.
Oh, okay, and yep.
And just so you know, there were mirrors on the ceiling.
No way.
Yeah.
It's classy. It opened in 1957, which I didn't realize it was that old.
Yep.
And the Laugh Factory, which closed the other night,
Mhm.
Rodney had put the club in there, and
Yep, back in the day, yeah.
I saw that
First.
Dom Herrera was there. Our friend Butch Bradley went over the last night, and
Yeah.
I sat home and
You were
worked on these masterpieces.
you were able to gamble in 1957, right?
Wow. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan has just referred to me as a 77-year-old man. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back with some posts.
Guess who's jelly?
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rock and dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show. Every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
How about this? We're back. Keith Lyle was ready to leave. I'm like, might as well stay for live. He was going to sit and watch and live chat. I'm like, you're going to live chat jokes. You might as well just be on camera. So, Mini Dar, was, who I've credited many times as a turning point on this show, helped me freshen up the show a little bit. Mini Dar says the White Sox 38 and 124 is his prediction. Paul, how yin's doing? Sorry I had to miss the majority of the show. Paul, we talked about how you were bummed you were going to miss the top of the show, but you're back. So Reno, Paul, Daniel Pacheco, drop a can of chips equal the Oyo. The Oyo is the former Hooters, I believe.
Yeah.
What a dump.
This is true.
I went there with some friends for a fantasy football draft. My buddy's like, we're going to Vegas. He's like, I got a penthouse for us. We're like, no way. We're like, where? He's like, Hooters Hotel. We're like, all right. All right, fine. We had the penthouse at Hooters. You can't really walk around town being like, ladies, we have a penthouse. Where is it? Hooters later.
Yeah.
So we went there. There was like $1 and $2 like poker table. It's the first time I ever sat and played poker in public because I'm intimidated. I only like to play poker, and win when I beat Ryan and Alex and
that's hard.
and Jeff. But that was so the Oyo. But then Mini Dar, who watches the show. We don't know much about Mini Dar, do we?
Oh.
He's
Other than he knows geography.
He does know geography. Why? What did he say?
He said you probably went to Northern Illinois. Southern Illinois is 6 hours from Chicago.
No, it's
and
not.
Western is
No,
3
it's
hours.
not. And I'll tell you why I know that in a second. Anyway, Mini Dar said Keith is the best. So there you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Mini Dar.
The reason it's not Northern Illinois isn't DeKalb. Northern Illinois is where Cindy Crawford went to school, and I did Northern Illinois already. I know that. It's not Southern Illinois because I had done Edwardsville and Carbondale.
That's way far away from
I knew that. It's by St. Louis. So I knew that. It was Western or Eastern.
That's still 3-4 hours. Eastern's closer.
It was. So after the Cubs game, my car is like blocked. I'm like blocked in parking.
Absolutely.
And it's like, now it's probably like 4 o'clock. The show's at like 8. And I'm like, well, I'll just get out of town real quick. Nope, not quick. Then I'm finally hitting the highways whether I'm heading to Eastern or Western. And then there's a tornado. And then I'm not even booked there that night. It was ridiculous.
That's like I said, that's some dedication.
Yeah, it was. I drove through. Literally, they're like beep beep, pull over if you're on the highway, and I'm like, no, must get to entertain college students.
They told them to get off the highway because they knew that you were trying to get
they were like,
to a gig you didn't have.
It's kind of like the president. They clear the highways.
Yes.
But anyway, it was Eastern or Western. It was I did so
Eastern.
many schools in Illinois and Indiana and West Virginia and Pennsylvania and all those states.
I do want to point out that you said I did Northern, Southern, Eastern. I did all the Illinois. Inappropriate use of saying Illinois.
Did I throw an S?
You did.
But it's okay when you're mentioning
that's
4,
what I'm saying.
right?
Yeah,
I did all the
you
Illinois.
used
Oh,
it
thank
plural.
you.
used
Unlike
it plural.
Sean, who said University of Illinois, which angered Ryan.
Well, I will say that some of us in Chicago put S's on things. Like
Right.
there's a grocery store called Jewel, but we always call it the Jewels.
Right.
You go to the Jewels, you get some potato salad, you bring it back.
My mom, who's probably watching, has a floating S that my sister and she'll just put an or an ing. The movie Flashdance. She goes, oh, we watched Flashddancing. No, Mom, it's Flashdance. Then she goes, oh, I want to watch Dirty Dance. Holy crap, you took the ing off of Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
She'll always add an S or an ing.
Flash dancing is what Ann used to do in high school.
What? See? It's
I love you, Ann. I love you, Ann.
Hey, Keith and
I love
Ann, get a room with the mirrors on
I
it.
love you.
Tony Romo, the pride of Eastern Illinois.
That's
there you go,
true.
Daniel Pacheco. Street Smarts
Jimmy
was huge
Garoppolo.
in the Chicago area. Mini Dar,
It
you're
was.
right. We were on WGN twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said that in an interview today with the New Orleans newspaper to plug upcoming new episodes of Wait, What Happened? Free on there it is. Wait, what happened? New episodes drop on Wednesday, only on very local app. It's free, owned by Hearst. Watch it. Article coming to you in New Orleans, so get ready, all you New Orleans people. All right, sound the horns, and it's post time, baby. We have special guest Keith Lyle here, Mini Dar's favorite, is going to join us. The graphics, just me though, baby. There, it's just me. There's no Ryan. It's just me. 2 punching gloves. Someone also said that me and you would go to the Octagon. Who was it? Joey B. Ryan versus Frank after that 1957 comment. Then he writes, "Well done, Joey B. You are now on the list, my friend. You just made the list." All right, so are we starting with Blanco? All right, Blanco. This guy for the Astros makes the team on the last day out of spring training.
Yeah, Ronel Blanco.
Right, because there was injuries. Yeah, there was injuries. He beat Sugarland, which is like a minor league team. So they're like, all right, we'll let you start. They haven't won a game all year. The manager hasn't won a game. Kid pitches a no-hitter last night.
Yep.
The manager, is this the final out? There you go. Way to go, Ryan.
Yeah.
Grounder to second base. Not Craig Biggio, someone else. Craig Biggio hasn't been there 15 years.
Oh, their fireworks work.
They're fine.
Yeah.
Unlike the Cubs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable story. The manager, it's the first manager in baseball history to have his first win be a no-hitter. Because they were 0-4, right? They got swept by the Yanks.
Yep.
And congratulations. This guy's his 8th career start. And the earliest calendar, since the season started earlier, earliest calendar no-hitter in baseball history. It's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
How many people last night bet against him? Because they're like, I never heard of this guy. He's a rookie. Barely made the team.
Well, yeah. Career minor league pitcher. He's 30 years old.
Yeah. And Sean Manaea pitched a no-hitter for Oakland a few years ago against Boston. The reason I remember that is I had Boston that night. When you lose a bet, lose to a no-hitter.
Never forget.
You know what I mean? You never forget it. But you lose when you're like, oh, Boston's going to kill him. Oh, no, they didn't get a hit. So there you go. All right, next thinking, Wyatt Langford. Wyatt, you thinking. This I almost didn't believe. So I read the title of the clip. Wyatt Langford, star rookie for the Rangers. Just drafted last year or 2 years ago.
Yep,
last year. Yeah, it was Skeens. He was after Skeens because Pirates were even thinking of taking him. He tried to score from first base on a ground out to shortstop. Now, mentally, you're like, how does that happen? Do we have a clip? All right. So here's Sam. He's on first. So now, all right, he keeps going. Now, no one's at third because they had the shift on around.
And then he
so now he's like, wait, no one's at home.
home.
There's the catcher. Slide head first. Out. He slides head first. I think he sneaks his hand in.
Yeah, bending his body around probably.
Yeah, if you get that hand in there.
Yeah.
But just kudos to him, by the way, for trying to score.
The hustle.
I mean, every veteran's like, okay, that kid, he's real. Yeah. And he's going to be a monster. He's going to have a great career.
Yep.
I'm glad the Pirates took Paul Skeens, but that kid can hit. And that first, that's like a wiffle ball play.
I was thinking that was something you did in your Little League back
Yes,
in,
that is.
What is it, Logan? Where did you play Little League at?
Pittsburgh?
Okay, which in Pittsburgh?
McCandless Township?
That's it, McCandless Township Little League.
Did I mention McCandless before?
I don't think so.
All right, what do we have? This is my favorite. We're sticking with baseball. Anthony Rendon.
Talking about wiffle ball.
Speaking of wiffle ball, perfect segue. This guy signed, what was it, $180 million, whatever the deal was after the Nationals won the World Series. He's played about 30 games for the Angels. And this is the funniest thing. Some guy named Moose. Here's the picture. Rendon has the same batting stance as your drunk Uncle Wayne playing wiffle ball at the family reunion. First of all, his feet, he's doing that because I know he wants to bring his foot forward and keep it. But the bat, like just resting, it looks like he's sticking his gut out. He looks like he's had about 6 Coors Banquet beers right there. And
which are not good.
I thought, wow, do I have an uncle that looks like that at the family reunion when we're playing wiffle ball and he's drunk? And then I realized I am the uncle.
Yeah, but see, you get hits.
Right, I do.
Yes.
I get hits. Not like P. Rose, but I get.
No, not like this guy.
Yeah, if you're not sure who the weird uncle is in the family, it's you. I am the drunkle. So there you go. What else do we have? We have the Oakland A's playing horrible defense, or what's next?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Okay.
It'll be.
Ryan sent this to me last night.
Screen.
Some guy just goes, screw it. Let's just show the Oakland A's playing horrible defense. They haven't won a game, or did they win one?
They have not won yet.
They have not won?
Yeah.
And they've also been shut out, so this is just the Oakland A's.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
this isn't the Oakland. This is Frank and his Little League.
I know. And then this guy, he's like, all right, I'll catch it. And here's the throw home. And yeah, then the catcher bumps. Then the pitcher's like, oh, I should go get
another
that.
run comes in.
Then another run comes in. The final score of that game was 9-0, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another error? Okay, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, okay. There you go. We should have like Keystone Commune. Oh, pick off the second. Yeah.
Boy,
or we
I
can play
can't.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I can't wait till they come to Vegas.
Right, they're going to be in Vegas in a couple of years.
They are 4 games
bring
into
us
the
the
MLB
worst
season.
team you have.
They're what?
They are 4 games into the
Right.
season. They have 13 errors.
3 a game. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pathetic.
And then last year's stolen base leader was Esteury Ruiz. They demoted him for wearing a wristband that baseball's last dive bar, which like protests the A's moving.
Oh.
And it's like a conspiracy that they demoted him for wearing
So
a
they
wristband.
demoted their best player.
But they demoted the player that led the league in stolen bases that has an over 400 batting average so far this year. How do you what?
They're
the
coming
franchise
here,
wants to
Ryan.
lose.
You can ask them when they get here.
They'll show him. They're giving you an opportunity to see him out in summer.
I was just going to say he'll be at the ballpark.
We got to see him plenty last year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I mean, he made a couple rehab appearances. Yeah.
Well, we'll get to see him. That'll be fun. I'll be there Tuesday, April 9th.
Yeah, the manager's like, he'll bat lead off. He'll dominate the minors.
Yeah,
like,
what's the point?
Okay, so have him on your major league team. What are you trying to do?
Tuesday, April 9th. The next day, it's going to rain in Vegas.
Yeah, that will be. So if you want to work at the ballpark on the 9th, it will rain because every time I'm booked to be at the stadium, how many rain out in the history of the stadium?
In the ballpark history, there's been 3 rainouts.
And I've been a part of 2 of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Fungo
awesome.
Frank.
Fungo
there he is.
Frankie. I'm going to give you picks tomorrow. I'm going to come in. I'm going to have a toothpick Fungo Frankie. I'm going to have picks for you. Do we have one more or is that it?
We've got the other player for Iowa getting her deal.
I just roll it. All right, here's what's her name? Gabby Marshall.
Gabby Marshall. Yeah.
All right, so Caitlin Clark's making $3 million and no money, right? So Gabby Marshall is cute, good player, solid,
Vintage Gabby.
plays good guard.
Yeah.
She's shilling for some vintage clothes company in a mall in Iowa.
Yeah.
Y'all can't make the $3 million, but
I hate these stores too. These resale stores
because we don't know. First of all, you don't know if they're real or how used.
Right, and they're also 10 times what you would play if you got it retail.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I like her. She's a good, solid player. So she's gabbying about shoes. Ooh, vintage. Oh, I did write that. I'm like, right, did you come up with that? No, it was me. It was me being funny.
Of course. That's why you can't be at the closing of comedy clubs.
Can't be. I got to write this magic. By the way, last night about 8:30, Ryan usually probably expects a script around 8:30 on a bad day. I try to get him earlier. I wrote the script. And I go, on today's show, nothing.
Yeah.
Just didn't have anything.
Thank
but guess what? It came together. Honestly, has been one of my favorite shows in a long time. Right? Jerry's even agreeing. When Jerry agrees, Keith, that's how. And you got Minnie Dar on your side.
Jerry.
Aaron O'Connor. Keith is the best. Come see us Saturday night at Delirious. Oh.
Yep, she'll be there.
I love Aaron. I might have to come down and check out the club. Aaron O'Connor, thank you. Aaron has recommended, got us a lot of comics on the show. Married to Bob Zaney, who's a legend, but a legend in my mind. Keith, unbelievable job. Sat in on post with punchlines, and we know in a pinch, Keith's right down the street. He's closer than you, or not as close as Ann?
I'm still closer.
Ann has the distinction of how long does it take you door to door?
5 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's
Door to
close.
door, 5 minutes. Yeah,
That's close.
She
I don't
brags
live in the
about
hotel. That's why.
yeah, right. Exactly. Very fun show. Drew Dog, what's going on over there?
Pushing buttons.
Very quiet.
Sorry to wake you.
He had Houston. Houston got bounced. That was his one shot. We were rooting for Houston. Anyway, Drew Dog, thank you. Andrew, a.k.a. Drew Dog, and Jerry, and Ryan. That was a fun show today.
That it was. Thank you, Keith.
Very funny show. It's all Keith Lyle. I'm Frank Nicotero. We'll be back tomorrow. Wait, what happens tomorrow? I don't know.
You got to tune in to find
We'll
out,
be
baby.
back.
Spencer
Punchlines.
and Alex.
Lines live and about every show.